I have never heard of a thing called a Qunari.
Then you have not been listening. We did not row to shore last year. We have been about for centuries.
I have listened. I have done little else, in fact. And yet I do not remember anyone mentioning such a Qunari in all my years in the village.
Relying on humans as a source of education is a fool's errand.
They are rather ignorant, aren't they? And feeble, at the best of times.
We have creatures on Parvolan that are similar. The humans call them monkeys. They are dull, cowardly vermin. They cry out shrilly when threatened and throw their own feces.
That is an excellent comparison. I wonder if they're related.
Possibly.
I understand that there are elves in the Qunari lands, then.
There are elves everywhere.
Yes. Well, I've heard that the Qunari actually put the elves in charge over the humans. Is that true?
Some of them.
Only some? Which ones are they?
The ones who belong in charge. That is the way of the Qun.
How does this Qun determine who belongs in charge?
The Tamasrans evaluate everyone and place them where their talents merit.
But elves in general merit higher places than humans in Qunari society?
Some of them.
Back where we began. It's like talking to a water wheel. Has anyone told you what marvelous eyes you possess, my dear?
Again with the flattery. Do you not tire from these pointless exercises?
In Antiva, women are accustomed to being showered with the praise they deserve. Men should worship you at your feet as you pass.
They don't find that incredibly annoying?
They are goddesses receiving their subjects, just as you should be. Whatever would be annoying about that?
I have no wish to be placed upon a pedestal.
But you deserve no less. You should be admired by painters, copied by sculptors, exalted by poets. Surely, you know that yours is a beauty so exotic, it would turn the eye of the maker himself.
Well, I suppose I...
Fine. So, I owe you a flagon, bastard.
You are a master indeed, Zevran. You win the bet fair and square.
Maker's breath. You were right. You win, I guess.
I expect payment forthwith.
I hate you all.
You were in the Chantry. You are a priest?
No, I was a lay sister of the Chantry.
Which means...
I lived and worked in the Chantry, but I did not take any vows.
So you dabbled in priesthood then?
Oh no, the lay sisters don't have the same sorts of duties as priests at all.
So you were not a priest, did none of their duties, and took no vows, but you lived among them?
Yes.
You were a house guest of the Chantry?
Sort of.
Why does the Swamp Witch still travel with the Grey Wardens?
You are of the opinion that I should not be?
I am curious. It seems as if it has little reason to stay.
The same could be said of you. There is no control rod commanding your presence, Gollum.
I have no history and thus no purpose. The same cannot be said for the Swamp Witch. Its purpose is simply unknown.
Keep asking questions and I shall turn into a bird. I can do that.
I have no fear of birds.
Oh, I didn't say you were afraid. I would simply hover out of reach. Hovering. Waiting until...
Enough! I shall be silent.
Excellent choice. So I take it you did not enjoy your Templar training?
That's directed at me, I take it.
Do you see any others about who have failed at their religious instruction?
I didn't fail, I was recruited into the Grey Wardens.
And if you had not been recruited, what would have happened instead?
I would have turned into a drooling lunatic, slaughtered the Grand Cleric, and run through the streets of Denham in my small clothes, I guess.
Your self-awareness does you credit.
I thought you'd like that.
It must be a wonderful thing to be able to weave spells.
Wonderful. To you, perhaps. Most do not feel the same way.
Oh, what do they know? They're just jealous. The Maker gives you magic. You must use it. You do it so effortlessly. It's like breathing for you. I wish I had such talent.
But you do. You have your music, your dances. You are more graceful than anyone I've ever met.
I never thought of it that way. I suppose we all have our little gifts. Back in Olay, I knew a noble lady who was like most of the other noble ladies, fair of face and slow of wit. Anyway, Katerina had the most uncanny ability to tie knots in the stems of cherries using only her tongue. It was very impressive. The men especially loved watching her.
Yes, that's exactly the sort of Maker-given magic I was talking about.
I wish to say that it has been pleasant fighting at the Qunari's side.
I feel the same. You are a remarkable construct, Kadan. A warrior to be feared.
No more than the Qunari, surely. The way it strikes down its foes, marvelous.
I smile each time you roar a battle cry, knowing our foes tremble.
I could watch you fight all day long. The skill you display, the form, how the light plays on its muscles. I mean, yes, well done with the fighting.
You as well.
Right.